What is happening, Vape fam? This is Joe of All Vapes, your eye in the vaping sky, bringing you some of the best products out on the vaping market for the community to love and enjoy. So, Arizona Swagg Sauce is a really solid company with, count them, 60 plus flavors. This bogs my mind, because typically when you go past about the 3 to 5 bottle mark, you start to kind of stray from the formula. But again, a lot of this has to do with mixology, blend quality, and the quality of the extracts. You get a good solid set of flavors together. You really can just expand it out as wide and as far as you want. Now, Az Swagg Sauce has been around for quite some time. They sent me a couple of flavors because, typically when I work with a company to do a custom review for them, they'll send me their entire line. Now, if they've got anything over, say, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, something like that, I'll get a couple varieties here, or some of my favorites, or some of the fan favorites, or what have you. But I didn't expect like a 20-pound box with all 60 of their flavors. You know what I mean? So I was lucky enough to get 2 of their signature flavors in some fatty little drip bottles going on right here, and we're just going to pick those apart and kind of do it in typical Joe of All Vapes fashion. Now, first of all these come in 3 milligrams, and they come in these awesome little badass dripper bottles. These are really, really super cool and convenient. Just pop that guy open. I wish it kind of had just a little bit more of a defined tip on it, just for kind of ease of getting in some of those little nooks and crannies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But they drip pretty decently, and they're not very messy, and I absolutely love these little bottles. Sometimes the glass dripper ones can be just a little bit cumbersome, but this one is butter cracker. Now, because I'm a nerd and very OCD, I busted out my little label machine. I put the flavor on it here. This one is brown butter sugar and custard cheesecake. So the VG to PG on this, I would say, is anywhere between a 50-50 to a 70-30. It's not super viscous, but you can drip it. I did drip it. Sub-ohming it, I think, tastes a little bit deeper flavor quality on these ones. Now, this one was about as good as it gets. I am a big time dessert lover, so the brown butter sugar and custard cheesecake, man, we're talking about some massively complementary flavors here. So, to be honest with you, I really had to differentiate between the flavor and the olfactory flavor, if you will, of a lot of the contrasting flavor and extracts going on in this. So the first thing that I sense is some of that cheesecake and just a tremendous amount of a good solid buttery extract. You got a little bit of the brown sugar going on in the background, and that was kind of prevalent throughout every flavor. It was sort of kind of the glue that held the whole mix together. It was extremely pleasant. This was an absolute just bomb for me. I don't know really where to start or where to end with this one, but so many flavors working together here. Typically, sometimes you expect that one of them is going to knock the other one out of the row, and that's not really the case with this one. The mixology was really quality. On the inhale, I got a definite burst of the brown butter and sugar. If you've never tasted anything with brown butter, a lot of southern desserts use brown butter, and basically it is exactly what it states. You take some good quality butter with some nice high quality fat content and brown it just a couple shades right before it starts to burn. And it gives it just kind of a very nutty, rich flavor to that creaminess and that butter. This a little bit of salt in there, just kind of working to just make everything kind of a little bit more rich and earthy. Then you throw in a good quality custard in there with a nice creamy cheesecake, just kind of brings everything up just a little bit. I don't know what to say about this as far as, just trying to convince you guys. This is one of the best flavors I've ever had. Now, the one thing that I will say is that the aftertaste of this, it didn't linger. So I dug that. You're constantly want to keep vaping this. It's really good stuff. If you're a dessert lover, you're absolutely going to rave over this flavor. It's very deep and very rich. So just keep that in mind. A lot of the time, if you're going to dig into your creamy, your sugary dessert vapes and stuff like that, over time, if you've got a lot of them like I do, they all start blending together, and you can't really differentiate. So you've got to switch it up every now and then. Drink a lot of water. Make sure every now and then you're switching it up and you're vaping on some fruit or menthol vapes just to kind of recalibrate your taste buds. But the brown butter sugar and custard cheesecake from Az Swagg Sauce, butter cracker, absolutely bomb on this stuff. Really, really solid. I think you guys are really going to love it, especially for the dessert vapors out there. The next flavor that they gave me was Sugar Skull. Check out the label on that one. And that's another thing. With Az Swagg Sauce, every single one of the flavors has different and unique artwork on the cover, which I think is absolutely awesome. A lot of brands out there will basically kind of really cookie cutter their label and their artistry, and they'll just change up either the name or maybe a color on the label. I don't really dig that. I want something different every single time to really separate it from all of them. It makes it a lot easier when you got your favorite all-day vape. You can immediately go to the first one that you see, you know what I'm saying? This one was basically your typical Cinnabon flavored e-juice. Very, very buttery. The cinnamon was right on par. A lot of times you'll find cinnamon extracts that really, really just aren't all that good. I mean, I'm not going to find anything fancy to say about that. They don't pair well with others, and this one was really solid, really on par. And I know it's a sweet, sugary vape, but as far as the cinnamon was concerned, I think it could have been maybe just a little bit deeper, or maybe, it just tastes like something out of this could have been a little heavier. Maybe creamy, maybe a little bit more vanilla, something like that. I think if it just had a little bit more vanilla, it would bring it together just perfectly. But the butter content on this was really, really solid. It made it taste very, very cakey. Yeah, the sugar is pretty solid on this too. So Sugar Skull is a really, really good name for this. Actually, the very first flavor that I came across was just a really good quality sugar, and the cinnamon came in first, and on the exhale was kind of a buttery, just a very slight vanilla flavor to it. And the cinnamon sort of starts to dissipate once you exhale. So very, very solid quality taste to this. I think it could have added just a little bit more vanilla. I think it would have just brought it right perfectly. That's my professional opinion, though. But, I wish I had more of these to try. I'm definitely going to be trying more of these, and maybe I'll review more in the future. But Buttercracker and Sugar Skull from Az Swagg Sauce, two very, very good flavors out of 60 plus. That still boggles my mind. 60 flavors that they have. Here's what I want you guys to do. Definitely go on to Az Swagg Sauce on Instagram. Check out all the pictures. Follow the link onto swagsauce.com. There you'll be able to buy awesome package deals. They've got some bundle deals because they've got so many good flavors. They've got a melange of different mixtures and blends that they use just basically to tantalize our taste buds and spend just a little bit less cash on more bang for the buck. You know what I'm saying? So give these guys some props. Give them a follow. Az Swagg Sauce, thank you very, very much for supporting Joe of All Vapes. I'm definitely going to be hitting you guys up to try and review some new flavors out for the vaping community. So if you guys appreciated seeing this, I know this was kind of quick and down and dirty, but this is a great, great brand. These flavors were very, very true to profile. As far as any pros are concerned, all across the board, just the blend and the mixology, excellent. They obviously took some time in making a company, especially with this many flavors. Like I said before, typically companies that go past 5 to 6 flavors straight from the formula. It's not the case with Swagg Sauce. They really got some solid blends going on here. Very good, tasty extracts, and they took the time to come out with massive amounts of high-quality e-juice. That's probably one of the reasons why this company's been around as long as it has, and it'll surpass all the regulations. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pump up and support these guys. I wish you guys would do the exact same. If you like this review, stay tuned. I've got more stuff coming up. I've got some awesome discounts that I'm unveiling on YouTube as well as Instagram. That's where, pretty much I post all of my awesome stuff. I got some great giveaways coming up. Still working on that 10,000 follower giveaway. That will be present before the end of June 2016. Thank you guys all so much for your support. And once again, I just want to say this is Joe of All Vapes, your eye in the vaping sky, wishing you to keep it cloudy.